Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel. What is MetaVerse? So make sure to watch the full video. Describe the MetaVerse. The MetaVerse is a hypothetical model for how the next iteration of the internet will function. A MetaVerse will be an enhanced digital space where it is easy to switch between work, play, shopping, socializing, and creative pursuits without interruption. Not only may the metaverse profoundly alter how people interact with technology, but also with one another and their surroundings. Others view the metaverse as more akin to the blending of the physical and digital worlds, where the real world is covered in digital surfaces and things. This augmented reality method expands on activities like the hugely popular Pokémon Go mobile game, which enables users to look for and find virtual critters in actual places. The metaverse now functions mostly as a business. Large corporations, including gaming and technology industries, are quickly developing the building blocks. A number of companies, like Facebook, Apple, Google, and Microsoft, are in direct competition with one another and have developed their own metaverse products using their vast technological capabilities. What's the process of the metaverse? The metaverse's functioning is still being established. However, it is likely to give consumers a single avatar or digital identity that gives them access to a seamless digital ecosystem. There is a chance that the ecosystem will have its own money, assets, and things. This might be a version of reality that has been digitally transformed, a brand new virtual environment, or a hybrid of the two. Even while the building components are there, a true metaverse has not yet been created from them. The gaming community may contend, however, that a title like Fortnite counts as a kind of prototypical metaverse. The game features in-game currency that can be earned and traded and boasts 350 million registered members worldwide, equivalent to the U.S. population. Even while the building components are there, a true metaverse has not yet been created from them. Our presumptions are grounded in our knowledge and past behavior. As technology advances and humans adapt to and help create its possibilities, many forecasts may come true, but other potential avenues will fail or simply be ignored by developers and users. How can one enter the metaverse? Access to the entire metaverse is not yet possible. The metaverse's development will, however, be significantly influenced by how we access it in the future. Will it develop into a closed access, more commercial enterprise, or an instrument of opportunity with open access? Currently, consumers enter the digital world through screens on desktop or mobile devices. Through easily transportable and immersive devices like headsets, gloves, watches, and contact lenses, a metaverse will be accessible. Instead of viewing a projected image on a screen, they will enable users to immediately observe, hear, and interact with a digital landscape. Complex algorithms will find it simpler and easier to gather more dynamic, complex data on people. But this equipment will also provide consumers more direct access to the metaverse. Complex algorithms will find it simpler and easier to gather more dynamic, complex data on people. Heart rate, pupil size, gestures, and gaze direction would all fall within this category. The metaverse is owned by who? It is impossible to state that there are any owners as such because there is yet no fully developed metaverse. Major tech firms, however, are putting themselves in position to act as gates or portals to the metaverse. Everybody aims to provide the best, if not the only, point of entry. As of 2022, $10 billion will have been invested on metaverse technology by Meta. These large corporations most likely aim to dominate the metaverse and protect their intellectual property. But their monopoly's unchecked existence would lead to significant issues. Users of the metaverse would discover themselves in worlds wholly shaped by major corporations and the tech industry, with interactions taking place according to their rules. By limiting what users can say, see, or access, authoritarian governments created metaverses may expose people to a distinct kind of control. Additionally, there is a risk of severe wealth concentration when digital gatekeepers in the technology sector utilize their insider information to gain an unfair first-mover advantage in the metaverse economy. It runs the risk of favoring profit and consumer experience over actions that are more beneficial to society if the process of building the metaverse is delegated to corporate interests. Control over the metaverse. In part because it is yet unclear exactly what shape the metaverse will take, regulation of the metaverse poses a significant issue. However, it is imperative for governments, businesses, non-governmental organizations, and civil society to prepare for rapid technology advancements. Together, these industries can create a regulatory framework that is based on democratic, informed global consensus rather than just corporate interests. The extent of monitoring, data collecting, and oblique advertising that is allowed, as well as the protection of the most vulnerable, including minors, must all be taken into account when enacting regulations. Additional technical concerns include business agreements, intellectual property, content licensing and ownership, and trade of digital assets. Compared to how they handled the early days of the internet and social media, governments must now take a more directive stance. The paradigm ought to give people greater control and steer clear of surveillance capitalism, which for far too long has allowed businesses to mainly self-regulate in accordance with their own moral standards. Government regulation, including that pertaining to freedom of expression, must be proportionate and adhere to international human rights law. To guard against abuse of authority, national regulators ought to be free from governmental control. One issue is that technology firms have a much better understanding of the metaverse's underlying technology and all of its consequences, both commercial and non-commercial, than do politicians. The errors and gaps of the previous 25 years were caused in part by this knowledge mismatch. Governments failed to foresee coming concerns during this time and instead passed laws in response to problems as they appeared. In order for regulators to operate effectively, they must have a deeper understanding of the fundamentals of technology. In order for policymakers to better grasp the goals of giant technological companies, the possible hazards to society, and the areas where regulation will be necessary, they need to engage in more proactive interactions with these companies and other enterprises. Liberal democracies had the chance to pioneer responsible metaverse regulation. Working with industry leaders in technology to include ideas like safety by design and privacy by design into their ideas for the metaverse is one way to do this. Due diligence should be among the additional measures. Tech businesses creating metaverse architecture should consider potential drawbacks early on. They should also be in charge of minimizing those damages to the greatest extent possible. Additionally, businesses should be open and honest about their metaverse actions, including data collecting, transmission, and algorithm use, and take responsibility for any negative outcomes. Regulations being developed by the EU and the UK, such as the EU's proposed Digital Services Act, the EU's Draft AI regulation, and the EU's Draft Directive on Corporate Sustainability Due Diligence, should serve as a reference for such actions. In what ways will the metaverse alter the world? The metaverse, like the internet, has immense potential in several fields. However, it may also sharply exaggerate already existing social issues. Already civil liberties, human agency, and privacy are violated by government and corporate internet spying. Social media encourages division by disseminating false information and shielding users from opposing viewpoints. Platforms share user information with other businesses under the surveillance capitalism paradigm, so that those businesses can target consumers with ideas or items that are uniquely relevant to them. The metaverse offers what advantages? Beyond games, such as in healthcare, education, business, and the creative sectors, the metaverse may lead to new developments in all facets of society. The metaverse, for instance, offers the opportunity to enable knowledge sharing, much like the internet. The behavior of children may be used to inform algorithms on how to design more efficient learning environments and teaching methods, both online and off. Children could learn in a way that is less passive and more engaged. The metaverse has problems, right? The fact that the metaverse is entirely being developed by commercial interests is probably the biggest problem with it. There isn't a lot of public discussion about how our future digital environment should look, who should design it, what it should be used for, and what rules should set it up. There will be more possible threats to society that could result from a metaverse, in addition to the already noted human rights problems. If people around the world have unequal access to the technologies required for metaverse involvement, the threat of the metaverse is that it will promote digital isolation. Existing in the metaverse itself may become highly addicting, which may exacerbate rather than improve mental health issues. Beyond the conveniences of a personalized metaverse living, it might be challenging for certain people to have a happy life in the real world. Another danger is that users may become more drawn into harmful behaviors, such as conspiracy theories, radical politics, trolling, and gambling, as a result of this kind of concentrated, automated tailoring to user preferences. So that's it for today. We hope you enjoyed the video. Use the comments section below to tell us your thoughts about the video. Also, make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button to be notified of all the latest videos.